Hello, hello, hello. All right, I am here. I am here. Just setting up. Here was running a little late. DM was talking to me. I said, I gotta get going live. I can't keep on talking to you. Hello, hello, hello. Hey. Okay, all right then. Let me get set up for you all, and then so we can be ready. Hello, love. I don't know how you. Hold on a second. I'm trying to see over here. On the side, can I do? No, share mute microphone. I don't want to do that. Trying to see if I can make you moderator. Top chat, live chat. No, and I don't want to click that off. What's this? Effects. I don't want special effects. Leave that alone. And what's this? No, I don't want to turn around either. Hello, hi Patricia. All right, give me a second to kind of get myself set. I was running my mouth as usual. But I am ready. I am ready. Okay, dokie. Hey. Let's see about this room. Okay, I'm sorry. You see in the back of my thing here. All right. It's been kind of running slow. Let me upload this again. All right. Hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday morning. All right. Here we go. All right. I wish these updates would stop coming through. All right. Play from the beginning. Okie dokie. Let's get started. Waiting for it to upload. Okay. Can you see it this way? I'm going to turn over this way because I want this to be more the start of the show than me. Let me move this over some more. See, I can squeeze on next here. Hi, how you doing? Yoshi's in the house. Okay, just off. I don't know how to do it. Jupiter 11 is going to help me to put in there how to do her as moderator. But if you have any questions, officially, she is the moderator, although I don't know how to do it as well. And so I'll go through the housekeeping things too, because I understood it was a couple of little tweaks that happened last time when we went live. We had a nice little energy. That's what I'm just going to call them. Nice little energy. They had joined us along with this. I don't know how to dismiss, get rid of these updates. They keep on coming through. So today's lesson is because I'm happy. So what we're doing, we're learning. Isn't that interesting how to keeps on doing things, dismiss, to keep on saying, don't send me anymore. That's because I haven't been on here in a while. Okay, we're not going back and forth like this. All right, so here we go. Because I'm happy. How to be happy when the journey throws you curves. Okay? We know definitely on this journey we have a lot of twists and turns. So yesterday I was watching Judge Judy, and she said a real poignant point, which was all lives have two parts. It's either it starts with a once upon a time and the end. It's what you do in the middle that counts. And so I thought that was very poignant because that talks about us being happy, especially on this journey. We had to make sure that we keep our energies high at all times. And so that pretty much when we're talking about this journey, happiness is a key ingredient to us being able to, in spite of what's going on, for us to be able to stay focused. It acts as a motivator too for us to keep on doing what we're doing along with this journey. Okay, so some housekeeping. This is a safe space. Keep questions limited to the topic of the day. Please share and talk in the Sunshine Lounge. That's what you all chatting on the side there. Talk among yourselves, because, you know, once I get in the teacher's mode, I don't look at you all to see what you all are chatting about. I don't get to see that until afterwards. So that's why I have the lovely Jupiter 1111. She's like my Vanna White on this Wheel of Fortune show. Here she's going to turn the wheels and help turn the mind of those of you all when I'm not able to talk to you one-on-one. And so let's keep the energy flowing and uplift one another. If you would like to pour energetically, I seen last time when I went back and I reviewed last week's lesson, I seen that some of you all was like, oh, I want to give, but she doesn't have anything up there to tell us how to give, because what I have up there, I think I updated it, but I'm missing one thing. So which is PayPal. So you go to my paypal.me/Divine Twin Soul 11. Or you can use my Cash App, which is $Divine Sunshine 11. Again, Cash App, again, $Divine Sunshine 11. Those are the two things. If you wanted to give another way energetically to me, so beyond the supporting and being here, those are the two things that you can use as well. My manager told me that I needed to add Cash App, so I added that on. So let's review very quickly about last week's lesson. How did you do with your healing of the inner child activities that we did last week? Last week we talked about the different ways of how the inner child plays upon us having trust issues. If you did not see the video, please go back into that. I need to add that into my educational playlist. Please go back and look at that and see how that plays a part into every avenue of your life. Also, did you remember you had to give trust to be trust? I had to use that a lot last week. I'm learning too as well. I think the universe is using this webinar to say you're hard-headed. You wouldn't take it if I give it to you, but if you teach to other people, and I know how you are, you learn as you teach, and you do develop and digest what you say during your teaching. And so I'm learning too. I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're not trusting as you go along, you know, so you've got to work on that. And then I also seen a lot of wolves popped up. Before I even came on here, it was saying something about Great Wolf Lodge and on Groupon, how I can go stay there. Remember I told you about the wolves and how two wolves can, the Native American Indian story about how we feed our ego, and ego is good. However, we have to watch which wolf that we feed. Is it the good wolf or the bad wolf? And those egos also play a part as us trusting, and also play a part as being a protective of our inner child. So those are some things that you kind of got to keep in mind. The wolves will still, that's going to be our animal, totem animal that we'll be working with along this journey. I can tell right now, at least for the 5 weeks that you're with me. Continue on, it's working, because I seen that just before I went on with this, it's like, okay, watch it, anchor yourself. So those are the things, just kind of just want to review and see how you're working with those lessons that I gave you. All right, so let's get into today's lesson. So what makes you happy? Isn't she cute? So let's take some time and visualize what makes us happy. We're just going to take a few minutes and just kind of real quick and scan. What things make you happy? And if you want to share in the Sunshine Lounge, you can do that as well. So what things makes you happy? So just like this pic, we have to do what makes us happy, regardless of how we are perceived on the outside. And regardless to what life throws at us. Just like this little girl, she took her mama's makeup and her lipstick, put it all around, and she doesn't care how she looks to the outer. She just knows with that winning smile there that she's happy. So what is the definition of happiness? So this I liked. I found this. This is from the scientific literature, which scientifically looks at what is the definition of happiness. So to them, when they found out, the definition of happiness is the presence of positive emotions and the absence of negative emotions. Those things in which we express happiness comes through pleasure, comfort, gratitude, hope, and inspiration. And so also these things, when these happen, they help to increase our happiness. And when we experience those things, it helps us to kind of experience more positivity to be able to attract to us. And that's very important as we're going on this twin flame journey, that we have those things, those I call like markers, road markers, that lets us know, okay, keep on going. We're going in the right direction, you know, because like I said, your happiness can be your motivation. So looking also at, I always like to look at both sides of the coins, especially when we talk about happiness. What are 10 things that are scientifically proven to make you unhappy? Now, don't shoot the messenger. This is what they said. This is what research says, okay? So, using Facebook, Yes, it can. Why could Facebook be a number one reason that they have here? Like almost like David Letterman. I don't know, I'm dating myself. David Letterman used to say the top 10. I should have started from the bottom. But the top 10 reasons why you're scientifically proven to the things that make you unhappy are drum roll. Number one, top one is using Facebook. Why? Because using Facebook can help to keep on saying, oh my God, I ain't like them. They going off. Like I could tell even on myself because we friends, I could tell. So a lot of times I got like classmates that I graduated from high school. They behind every month, I swear by God, they off and they going to some kind of country. They off in Greece. They off in Morocco. I even asked my other classmates. I said, what they do? What kind of job they got that they off and running every daggone day? Well, okay, now that in the same token makes me start to look at myself like, Dad, the only place I done been to is up on the Magnificent Mile, downtown Chicago, maybe the suburbs of Chicago. Okay, so those things kind of help to keep on making you kind of do that comparison of yourself to others. Too much money. I thought that was interesting. Why? Because sometimes too much money makes you more of, it intensifies and magnifies who you are. If you don't know what you're doing with money, as far as if you're greedy or whatever, things like that, the money is like, you make money like a god. That can become a problem as well. Too much money, it causes on more people to kind of ask, like when they win the millions, like a lot of times people don't want to go on the daggone air because they like, I don't want nobody to know my face. I want to put a smiley face. One time I think it was somebody won the lottery and they literally came on there with an emoji face because they like, I don't want nobody to know that I won these millions. And so, it causes for family and friends out the woodwork, cousin Ray, uncle, auntie Riri out the woodworks, people that you don't even know. All of a sudden now they talk about, yeah, you know what, I have been fell on hard times and I've been living down there underneath Wacker Drive or Skid Row for a couple of years. You think you can kind of help me out? Okay, so now that makes you feel unhappy because now you feel like you're entitled, like, oh, I got this money, I feel bad, I should help, God gifted me with this. So that's another way of how too much money can be. And you all probably could come up with some more also examples of that. Lack of control at work. Sometimes, you go on to work, you say, I don't like my job, but I got to be here because it help put food on the table. And that causes you to be unhappy. Okay, I go to work, I come back, my life, I'm not with my DM or I'm not with my DF dad. It's no escape nowhere. The work getting on my nerves, and when I get home, I'm thinking about what's going on with me. Too much choices. You got too many options. That's another thing. Too many options. Like, which way should I go? Like that fork in the road card that I have. You don't know which way you should turn. And so then it makes you unhappy because you're like, okay, if I pick option A, then Dad, maybe option B might have been better. Now, if I pick option B, maybe option C might have been better. And so now you kind of, the mind is going. And that's almost jumping into the next one, which is a wandering mind, because your mind start thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. That wandering mind and coming up with all these kind of other options and things, and before you know, you done stumbled up into some negativity. That's another thing. A wandering mind is another scientifically things that make you unhappy. Poor sibling relationships. I didn't know that. I'm an only child. However, on my dad's side, I do have siblings on that end. I can't really speak into relations about how poor sibling, but in some ways, I guess that's the way of how you be able to relate with others. And then how you relate with them, that goes back again, that trust issues, then goes with that inner child issues again. And so then that causes a problem on how you relate to the world. And it causes a problem how you relate to your divine counterpart, okay? So I believe that's the way, that might be one way of how that poor sibling relationship causes you to be unhappy, because you feel like, oh my God, I'm alone in the world. Nobody understands me. I can't even relate and have a good relationship with the people that even is in my family, okay? The end of your favorite TV show. That's hilarious, okay? So if you were fans of Big Bang Theory and you're like, oh my God, it's over, it's the end of the damn world, that can also cause you to be unhappy. That's interesting. Eating junk food. Why could eating junk food be? Because you might be at the same time saying, oh, this is a guilty pleasure. I should be eating this. I know I'm supposed to be on this keto diet, keto out the window, or this Atkins diet, and I know I ain't supposed to be eating this, and I'm on Weight Watchers. Oprah Winfrey is looking at me. Okay? Overanalyze your decisions. Okay, again, that goes back to about the eating the junk food. Okay, hey, listen here. If you feel like you have you some salted vinegar potato chips for the day, then let it be. Why you gotta overanalyze? Like, oh my God, I got to count the points for Weight Watchers. Oh my Lord, I'm over my points. Oh my God, I feel so bad. Now it's just an over-ending thing. Another thing is living at high altitudes. Now they're saying they're talking about physically, which is interesting, and how the high altitudes play a part of you on your body, your whole makeup of your human, how things tick and chemical and how everything works together, hormonal and all those things, how living in high altitude locations. But I took it a step further and said that living at high altitudes could be living too spiritual. You're too high. You're too into the 5D and all the spirituality that, you start looking at saying, well, okay, well, how come I'm not manifesting things? Why I ain't forewanding things? Or why I ain't two a cupping? Because in the 5D, him and I is together. And what the heck's going on in the 3D? The 3D ain't even matching up with what's going on in the 5D. What's wrong? And now that starts making you unhappy because you're thinking about that. So I thought those were very interesting things about saying about how 10 things that make us Science has done the research and said those are the top 10 things that make you unhappy. Okay, so why am I unhappy? 7 examples of how we get disconnected from our values and ourselves. So our values represent who we are. When we don't honor our values, we actually disconnect from ourselves. What we're saying is, I'm not important, and this can leave us with the feeling of angry, dissatisfied, sad, and depressed. And so at that point, you feel like, what? I'm missing something. And so then comes the dreaded void. Okay? So how do we get disconnected from our values? Negative association. Okay? So we have negative associations with our values. So we go out of our way to avoid expressing it, even though it's important to us deep down. Okay? So what do? So ways, I got an example here, is as a small child expresses wonder, or as a teenager, you being idealistic about the world. Your parent comes along, makes fun of you. Why you thinking that way? You ain't about nothing. You ain't about the mountain, nothing. Gets angry, tell you what you think about that's a waste of time. You might have said, oh, I want to be an artist, or oh, I want to be a DJ that spins inspirational songs and mix with those things, and somebody come along tell you, oh my God, that's stupid. I don't know why you doing that. That don't make no sense. You know how the world is. It ain't gonna get no better. You doing music, you gonna spread inspiration. That's not gonna change anything. So those things right there are some things that we learn to shut ourselves down, and then we stop expressing our wonderment. We stop expressing being that childlike, that essence where we're just pure and just clean and vulnerable, and then we just everything is fantasy. So that's one thing in which how we kind of start that disconnect with ourselves because of negative associations. Also, we're afraid and unsure. We're afraid and unsure how to integrate a major life-changing realization. So we go back to living our life the way we always have. So that would be the same thing, just like with us being on the twin flame journey. Some of us saying, okay, he ain't acting the way I want him to act. She ain't acting the way I'm acting. So guess what? I'm going to go back and go look for me a soulmate. Okay, I'm gonna start looking for relationships that is a template for a soulmate, because this twin flame journey thing just ain't cutting it for me. I can't do nothing with it. So again, you going back to the old ways. You're afraid and you're unsure. I'm trying to see if there's anything. At this time, that's true. So we feel trapped, but we just don't know how to break the cycle or it's hard and it's scary, so we don't try. That's pretty much sometimes as we looked at the divine counterparts while we saying, golly, it looks like it's easy, you know, get out the karmic situation. But at the same time, they're at that point, just like they're saying, I'm just going to go back to what I know, you know, because going out of where I am is bringing me out of my comfort zone, and I don't feel comfortable doing that. Another way we disconnect ourselves, and that causes us to be unhappy, is the value is outdated. So the value, oh, got confirmation from Archangel Raphael. She said yes. Our spirit is giving confirmation. So that must mean a lot of us is having this. The value is outdated. We live our lives according to a value we were taught, but no longer believe in. So that goes about, like it said, for example, a parent taught us that hard work is what it's all about. And so lately, fun has become incredibly important to us, yet we keep pushing ourselves harder and experience increasing levels of dissatisfaction with life and internal conflict. This is due to us going back to our parent. That goes back to last week's lesson, which was, again, webinar, which is about the inner child, healing the inner child wounds. We going back to what the parent put in. Okay, at that time, the parent didn't know any better. That's just about all they know. But again, we're taking that baton like we're running the race, and we're taking it and we're running off with it, and we're saying, oh boy, this is what I'm going to live in life. Okay, you already looking at yourselves to say, you know what, it's nice to have, you know, all fun, all work and no play makes it dull. It's no fun. And so at this point, those values no longer work. And so they're messing with your happiness, because you're looking and saying, okay, now I'm at the job, I take my work home with me, and then in between is just no in between. It's just like work, sleep, and back to work. That's the vicious cycle, okay? And that's due to what, in part, taking some belief systems that either your parent, yourself, maybe from life experiences have put into you, and so that has caused you to take that value, which is outdated and really need to be thrown out the window. Next thing is what causes the disconnect is blinded by habit. Blinded by habit is when we consciously reject the value we've had role models for us, but still unconsciously express it in our lives. So example, we had a parent who taught us that one-upmanship was important, to always be better than those around us. Our parents divorced as a result, and we decided we would be different. Yet, we keep upsetting our spouse and co-workers through our unconscious habit of having the last word. Why are people upset with us? What's wrong with everyone? We think we've chosen to leave this value behind, but instead it becomes a habit. So I like that. I'm glad I read the example, because it helps also to bring in a little bit more in focus as to what it is. So again, this is something that you told yourself, I ain't gonna do. And so when I grow up, I'll be darned, I'm gonna do the same thing. So maybe you might have seen, like, when your parents in their relationship, maybe your mom seemed like she kind of demasculated your dad, you know, just brought him down. What you doing? She going tit for tat, tit for tat. When you grow up, you saying to yourself, because always when you're a child, you make these promises. When I grow up, I ain't gonna do my man like that. My man gonna feel like he a king at all times. He ain't got to worry about that. Then you get yourself into a relationship, everything. What you doing that for? Oh man, you ain't about nothing. Oh, you ain't. Oh no, that ain't gonna come to anything. So what? So now you gonna go out there, you gonna hustle, and you gonna sell T-shirts for a living? Yeah, I want to do that. Okay, now what that gonna do? Well, you know, I'm gonna do that because I want to give positivity out there in the world. So I'm gonna have cute little sayings, you listening to them, and all the time you like, that ain't gonna work. You need to find another job. Go over there and work at Popeyes or something like that. We need steady income. Them T-shirts ain't about to amount to nothing. Okay, now wait a second. Put the needle on record, pause, hit the brakes. Now you done went right back, full circle back to what your mom and your dad relationship. Now you're becoming your mom. Okay, so that's what we're talking about when we talk about blinded habits. Value obsessed. Value obsessed. We put so much effort into one value that it prevents us from expressing other important values. Example, a value of excellence could become so important and extreme that we sacrifice our weekend to finish something to an excessively high standard. Excellence has become perfectionism and has trumped important values like love, family, happiness. We feel miserable and don't know how to let go. Okay, so you're on this value. You're like, I'm gonna be divine. Everything, I'm gonna be kind. And then you just perfectionist about this. You know, I gotta be a light worker. I gotta this everything. You know, you giving out advice to people that they ain't even asked for it. You know, because I gotta be a light worker. You know, and then after a while, it's like, God, I just want you to be my friend. I just want you to listen to what was going on. I was just bragging about something that was going on. I didn't need you to spout off no divinity to me. I don't want to hear that right now. You know, so you just obsessed with the idea of becoming a light worker. That's something you got to watch that. Who am I? Another way you can disconnect. We observe qualities in someone we admire and try to emulate their values when it isn't really who we are. So you got to be who you be. Again. So you might admire somebody. So let's say I take two of them and I know they can take it. So I'm going to take Jupiter 1111 and I take them, and also Twinflame Healer. Okay, so I might admire how, and I do. I admire Jupiter 1111's her ability to be able to do light work, or light talk, light language. Okay, so I'm gonna say, ooh, we on my channel, I want to get my subscriptions up, and I want some more subscribers. So I'm gonna add me light language to my thing. Okay, once I get to talking, and I know that I don't speak it as fluent and as lovely as she does, when people hear me saying it, it sounds like I'm naming cars off. Lexus, Honda, Shondo, Kia, Cadillac, Lexus. And they're like, wait a daggone second, that ain't your calling. And so you find yourself doing things that you're like, that's not you. You don't want to sell yourself. Or if I'm like Twinflame Healer, and I like our voice is so very nice and soft. And so I say, ooh, now from now on when I do it, I'm going to have a nice soft voice. And I know by the time afterwards I look at you all, and you all probably, if I did it live, you'd be like, what's wrong with you? You got a soft voice? You don't talk that way. I'm always loud, boisterous, telling jokes, things of that nature. So my thing is that you have to kind of keep in mind, you know, who you are and be. And that's the reasons why we are attracted to each other, because some of us bring things to the other people's table that they don't have or they admire. That doesn't mean go and take it. You know, if it fits and you can put it on it, that's great. But if it doesn't fit, you must have quit, as Johnny Cochran says. So, you know, you have to kind of find things that are you. So don't try to, where you get to disconnect is when you are not being authentically you. By me talking soft, I'm not being authentically me. By me doing light work, and I know I'm not professed at that, and if it's going to sound like I'm naming off cars, makers, that is not me being authentically me. Authentically me on this channel is giving it 100%, telling jokes, being a teacher in teacher mode. Now that's me. Anything off the grid, I'm not being my authentic self. So those are the things, especially when we're dealing even with our twins, we have to keep that in mind too. Am I really connecting to myself when I'm acting this way with my divine counterpart? Or are we doing like the plug at the beginning? Or am I disconnecting myself from source and not truly being myself? Okay. Should values. This is interesting. Another way we disconnect from ourselves is that we grew up in an environment where we were constantly told how to be, were rewarded with love and affection when we did what was expected of us. How many of us, some of us have that? That's another inner child wound that helps to disconnect us, which helps us to disconnect us from our happiness. Okay, I don't think I need to kind of go into that, because we're talking about I should be happy, yet we feel like we are living someone else's life. I mean, some of us might have grew up in families or something like that, that jobs are like, oh, well, your dad was a doctor, you gonna be a doctor, and you're like, nah, I don't feel like I want to be a doctor. Well, what you want to be? I want to be a singer. Oh, no, that ain't gonna work, because see, number one, your family's family, your grandfather's father, and all generational, they going in on that. You go in there, sign up, go do some classes, go for university, get you a degree. You find midway. Listen here, this is not me. I can't be. I know that same thing with me. I did that. I said, I can't be a doctor. I'll be a doctor in something else, but I can't. I took that one class in Latin. I said, I'm out of here. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm sorry. Okay, that's one way. So the opposite. So let's move on into other things. The opposite of happiness is depression. Okay, so we're talking about the positive, which is happiness. Now we got to talk about the negative, because we experience depression. I know this from when I do readings. I know this from when I read your comments. Some of us, we are on this journey. We are experiencing this. And you hear us, everyday readers and spiritual guides, talk about, but you got to keep your vibration high. But you got to keep your vibration high. And you like, hell, I don't feel like keeping my vibration high, because right now I'm low. I seen something with the DM with the karmic, or the DF with the karmic. And now I'm like, oh, I can't raise myself to be high. So I found this is interesting, that it's a phenomenon called concealed depression. Now, as I did my research on this, I found out that some of us, when I'm looking at reading, I didn't include myself, from my readings and from what I've read throughout the community, what is experienced, we are all experienced in some form of fashion. I might be talking to your friend or your other twin friend, like as my minister say. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your twin friend that's in the community, because this don't relate to you, and you don't have to look at your neighbor in the sunshine lounge to see that you talking about them. But depression is called concealed depression. Okay, so this is, I think this one is what's the next one? I got this. So concealed depression is when someone is battling negativity within oneself, but not sharing the struggles and burdens with those around you. On this journey, it's very easy for you to be able to experience this. Why? Because this is something different. This is not everybody's experiencing this in the world. You might want to tell you good. I say, even from my experience, it's one, not the other one. But one of my besties, I could tell I could only go so far with this. She don't quite understand it. Where I got other ones that's more on the spiritual walk, I could tell them and she understands it. What does that mean? That makes me feel like, okay, I can't share too much with you. So then again, that makes me kind of go back into my shell and say, oh, let me hold my struggles and my burdens to myself. So that helps to kind of feed into this concealed depression that some of our twin flames are divine unisouls are experiencing. So I'm just going to run through some of it, and you can kind of take a mental note as to if this pretty much hits you. So these are the 15 habits of somebody who is experiencing concealed habits. You're quite talented and very expressive. You search for the purpose. That goes with the divine twin soul journey of how we're searching the purpose for why we're here, what we need to do as light workers. We make muted cries for help. I've seen that even on my channel or other people's channel. You're commenting, I feel depressed today. I feel like, I don't know if I can get up. I can't do this anymore. Those are muted cries. And sometimes myself or other readers might not get to you, and before you know it, it's just there and nobody's answering to it. I kind of think when I see this one, I think about the movie Saturday Night Fever, in which the guy kept on telling John Travolta's role, he's like, I got a girl pregnant, and he's like, okay, all right, well, we gonna talk about it tomorrow. We gonna talk about it tomorrow. And he kept on telling me he gonna talk about it, and he's like, okay, is today a good time for you to talk to me, Tony? Is today a good time? And he's like, no, man, because he's preparing for to get on the dance contest. He's like, no, today ain't a good day. And he kept on. And what happened? I know y'all been seeing it. When he did hit his field, and he's like, I got a girl pregnant. And he's getting out the car, and they're like, where you going, man? And he going over the Brooklyn Bridge. Next thing you know, he done jumped. Okay, well, we don't want to get to that point that we got our feel. So we have to kind of watch that. So we interpret substances differently. So we look at things and we say, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna take this. I'm just gonna take me a little wine, just to kind of calm my little nerves down just a little bit. And before we know it, we're looking at things to kind of help fill in the void, to kind of make us feel happy along this journey. I'm not saying that, but it can also lead into addiction. So we kind of gotta watch that. We're very involved with the perception of life and death. We understand our purpose. We understand how life goes. That goes with this twin flame journey. Strange eating habits. We either find ourselves little or a lot. We might be blaming it. Oh, that's my ascension showing. And I sound like Baba. She be like, tell you, child, that ain't got nothing to do with no damn ascension. You just damn depressed. So sometimes you got to kind of know engage in between, is that really ascension happening, or am I really actually depressed at this moment? You got abnormal sleeping habits. And I'm gonna say this with footnote because we kind of getting into some things here. Like I said, I'm joking about my mom. However, learn the spirit of discernment to know, is this, like, you have to get real with yourself. You have to talk to yourself. Just like, okay, now wait a second, is this ascension, or am I really unhappy about what some things are going on this twin flame journey, on this divine unisoul journey? What's going on? Abnormal sleeping habits. You know, if you feel like you're in a good space, then hey, this don't apply to you. But again, if you know and your sleeping is off and you feeling depressed, you're not happy about some things, then yes, in some ways, yes, this does belong to you. Abandonment issues. These also deal with, you kind of go back and you easily triggered about some things that happened in your childhood, being left alone, not being attended to like you thought you should. And then also we are, some habits that we do is that we are professional at covering up. No, I'm fine. Oh, I'm happy. You know, and you say, oh, I'm happy, and you ain't really happy. You don't know what you're singing daggone his South Pharrell song for. You just like the song, but you ain't really living the life for what they're saying. Have habitual remedies, distractions to ease the mind. So maybe you might say, okay, instead of me dealing with it, okay, I'm gonna go to this yoga class, or I keep on looking at YouTube videos to kind of distract and get my mind off. Like my mom saying about when my dad passed, it's like, you know, I just go and watch a lot of comedy shows. Okay, well, that's a distraction. She's like, I watch 2.5 Men and things of that nature. So you find things to kind of fill that void. Making an effort seem happy is, you're not really happy about doing it, but you're just going through the motions. Okay, you seek love and acceptance from other people, and you're not really healing that inner child wound thing. That leads on to this concealed depression. And then having the problem shutting off your brain. You're constantly thinking. Those thoughts lead on and go and get 2 friends, and then they get 2 friends, and then so on and so on. And then, oh, that's a typo, that's all right. And they hurt when other people hurt. Very empathetic, because why? You know, we're light workers. Again, I'm just showing how these concealed depressions pretty much sometimes parallel who we are as being on this journey as well. We're very empathetic. We feel sometimes what's feeling in others. We cause us to be triggered. We become depressed. You have to watch that as being readers, as light workers as well, that you protect yourself at all times as you're doing that. And always thinking, oh, another typo, okay. Always thinking of the worst case scenarios. You know, I think about Jupiter 11:11 said, you thinking something worse is going to happen, and most of the time it doesn't. But if you keep on, it's going to do what? Go get them 2 friends, and those 2 friends, and so on and so on. And then before you know it, you in a point of no return. So now let's move and shift from all that darkness and the negative and the heaviness there. And so now, what are some ways that we can stay positive in the world? So some ways that we can stay positive is surround yourself with loving people who bring out the best of you. Again, get rid of those negative Nellies. Get rid of those other ones, those negative influences that you're attracting negativity to you. Those things, get rid of those. Smile and celebration of all the good in your life, which to me is, if you start looking at the small things in life, it'll start magnifying and become larger, and then the universe will find other ways in which to be able to bring more of that positivity to you. So just celebrate the little things, like thank you for the text that I got from my DM, thank you for the laugh that he had given me, okay, and you'll find that, or thank you for the idea I got to start on my mission. You know, just a little bit, it's a starting point. I ain't got from that point on, but just thank you for that. Watch the universe go find the people that will help support you and make it bigger. Have a positive accountability partner. That is good, because again, they'll keep you on your toes. So if I get out of kind of line and something like that, maybe a positivity partner would be, you know, get you that good friend. Like I said, I could go to one friend, she understands it a little bit to a certain point, but I got another friends, I got 2 other friends that's like that, help us Lord, that are able to. Oh, is that my accountability partner calling now? Oh, she gonna let it go. I'm not picking that up. These telemarketers crack me up. Hold on a second. Okay. All right then. I'll call my positivity accountability partner later. But just remember about who you can go to. If you can't have that again, you know, sometimes you have some readers like myself. I had one person call me on my phone and I was like, and she was just talking. She's like, I just got to get it out of me. I just got to get it out. I just, you know, and I was telling her some positivity I was feeding back into her. So, you know, sometimes if you got some of those readers that, you know, that have no problem in being an open door and say, come on, sit down, talk to me, you can, because you need somebody who's on this walk that understand. Limit negative media and entertainment. Look like I seen somebody very quickly earlier before I start turning away from the seeing the chat. You got to make sure that you're being able to limit your looking at media, because sometimes the media does not help you on your walk. And it don't have to be spiritually. It's just period in general, just being a human being. Remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. The media and entertainment helps to, you know, keeps on. Some of they trying their best to kind of, you can see it kind of turning a little bit more than like how it was before. You know, if you got a problem with your size or something, and say, well, I'm curvy. You know, I don't see nobody in the media looking curvy as me. You know, that's the issue. But you see media in some ways kind of turning, because now you see some of them, they got commercials what they have more curvy, more plus size models, and they're not making it seem like, oh, it's bad, you're this size or whatever. You know, just campaigns to try to help you to say just happy being in the skin you're in. Replace negative habits with more positive ones. Again, soon as you had that negative thought, that negative Nelly, or that petty label, petty, Petty, petty label, try to start appearing in your life, you got to kind of go back and kind of like, you know, I got to flip it. I remember it used to be, oh Lord, what was it? In Boomerang. And they had, oh, I ain't seen him in a long time, because he used to say, bang, 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 bang. And he used to do that. And he was like, in Boomerang, he's like, okay. So she had on the coat, and the coat fur was made out of rabbit, and the rabbit fur started falling. He's like, baby, your fur fell off. And she's like, what? And he's like, yeah. He said, that's all right. Because what you can do is take that rabbit fur and you can make it into some earrings. And she's like, yeah, honey, you sure is right. That's what I can do. So that's the same thing that you have to do, is take those things, those lemons, literally, and make them into lemonade. Go back. Okay? So, and especially when you got your mind, and if you're that person in that concealed depression mode, you've got to make the conscious habit to void it. You got to say cancel. In my church, they used to say cancel it, and then replace it with a better thought. Practice flipping your focus. Again, like I said, well, he said reverse it. He's like, that's what he said. I don't know why Boomerang is coming. You don't know, watch the movie Boomerang with Eddie Murphy and Halle Berry. He's like, reverse it. Take that some ways, and when you do have that thing, those thoughts, do something physically with your body too as well when you do that. Like the sign, like I said, reverse it. Just forget it. Like, bye. Let it go. Flip it. You know, or even take a piece of paper and just actually like flip it over and say, I'm flipping this thought. That helps you to be able to, the universe to understand. No, I'm serious. I'm saying in this 3D, I understand about the 50 and my spiritual I'm doing, but I'm actually telling it to take this thing and to actually just flip it. Okay? That helps as well. Laugh more often, just like Mom said, she watched the television shows. You know, when you get into those negative Nelly kind of moments and things like that, go watch you something. Do something that makes you laugh. Watch your favorite movie, like I say, Boomerang, or even what else do I watch that makes me laugh? Nutty Professor, something stupid like, oh my God, I get a comedy show or something like that. Disconnect from the world and learn to enjoy some quiet time alone. That's not what we like to do, because we like the distractions. Instead of you going to that yoga class, maybe you need to go on ahead and go sit somewhere, sit your tail down, and just go on ahead and just say, let me just be at one. Let me commune with myself. And then disconnect from the world and okay, got that. And give more hugs. Give hugs out, because when you have that human touch with other people, it helps you, especially when you're on this journey. You don't have to have it. I know a lot of times, even in the classroom, I would feel sometimes those depressed moments, like the DM was doing his thing or whatever like that, and my kids would just run up to me and they would hug me, and they're like, well, I said, what's wrong with me? I just need a hug. But sometimes they know that I needed a hug instinctually. That's what children are like that. And so then I was like, I just hug them, and we just have a hugging contest like that. And so when you do that, it helps to make that contact with others. And then cleanse your mind, body, and spirit. Okay, do things that help cleanse. If it's saging, or if it's taking a salt bath, or it's taking a nice relaxing bath, or you need to go get you some of your chakras cleared, or you need to do some Reiki, or you need to do some body energy clearing, those things, do that as well, because that's going to help clear out so you can make space for some more positivity. Okay, I'm gonna go speed through it because I ran over. I didn't want to be that but 12 steps to an extremely happy life. This I also added because this is a book and which is very good in understanding. It's by Dr. Derek Wells. I think his name is Stanley, Dr. Stanley Robertson, and it's called 12 Steps to an Extremely Happy Life. He did this book based off of the movie The Last Dragon, which is funny. At the same time, when I was doing my YouTube channel, I was talking about Leroy and his adventures in The Last Dragon. If you haven't seen that, go look at that. That's another funny movie that kind of lighten up your mood too. And how this young man was trying to be a kung fu master, and he had adventures in the urban city trying to find his kung fu master. His teacher had sent him off on this wild goose chase to be able to find himself, to find his identity, to become divine and become the true master. Along the way, he had some other kind of ventures. He got a nemesis, which was Shonuff, which didn't make it easy for him. I won't give the thing if you haven't learned it. But anyway, so he takes this, Dr. Derek Wells takes this and bases upon 12 steps in which from the lessons that Leroy learns to help him to have extremely happy life. So those 12 steps are, you have to get the book, which is called Recognize That Happiness is Already in You, Experience Less Fear and Greater Happiness, Forgive and Make Space for More Happiness. That's true. Elevate. Now, y'all, hear me say that at the end. Motivate, elevate, and ascend. Embrace a new belief, begin a new habit, and develop a new skill. Eat happy foods. So those things is happy foods is, and it doesn't matter if it's something that you say, oh my God, this makes me so, it's ice cream. I know I shouldn't have it, but I'm going to have it because it makes me happy. Eat the daggone thing. Forget about the calories. Forget about that. Go and let the universe go ahead and subtract it, take it away, or do whatever. Talk to the angels, the powers that be. They say, I'm going to have this ice cream, and you and I work out how it's going to be digested into my system. Let it be like my spiritual spiritual body. I have it, and it don't count against me at all. My metabolism, some kind of way, it goes higher, and it just digests it fast. Whatever it is, or if you want to really say, make the conscious effort to eat right, have the right foods, that's fine too. Harness the happiness with exercise. So sometimes exercise doesn't mean that you got to actually go sign up for cardio or get you a gym membership, if LA Fitness, anything like that. But exercise means, to me, also make sure that you are practicing it daily. Be less busy and be more happy. Don't get in that busyness that it becomes a distraction for you. We know what busy is. Busy about what you're supposed to do. And then it's the busyness, which is called, I'm just trying to be distracted right now. Deny and affirm your way to happiness. So again, take some of that negative stuff, that negative Nelly stuff, flip it around and make it into something more positive, or create affirmations for yourself as well, where you deny, I'm depressed, or whatever it is, and you come back with it. Say, I am experiencing, I'm trying to see what's a good affirmation I'm going to say about that. Because you're supposed to, when you do an affirmation, you're supposed to deny it with something, and then you're supposed to affirm it with something at the same time. Let me think on that one, because I'm trying to rush through all of it. But deny and affirm. So anytime you make an affirmation, you're supposed to have those things where you affirm it and you're denying it at the same time. Think happy thoughts. Change your thinking, change your life. That is true. Constantly. Don't go out there having those thoughts that they get two friends and they get two friends and so on, so on. Before you got a gang of negativity looking back at you and saying, what? Now, you said you was happy. I don't think so. So now, fill the world with happiness. The law of giving and receiving. Remember, us as twin flames or divine unisouls, we're very good in giving, but we is poor as hell as receiving. Some of us, we've got to learn how to receive as well. So I had this new statement now when I'm trying to picture something. I say I accept it, I allow it, I receive it. Some kind of way I can feel myself opening up like the doors to actually do that, because a lot of times we're like, yeah, I want love, and then your mind has all different kind of things to kind of reject and say, no, you don't want love. Okay, go back one more. Almost finished. They ain't trying to tell me to do that. Open up the happy flow through meditation. Make sure that you're always meditating at that time, because it helps you get still. It kind of gets rid of all those bad thoughts, and it helps you concentrate into flow. And then also be happy, because when you're happy, it's contagious. So again, that positivity helps to go attract more positivity. People will vibe off of your energy. You're already a light worker. That's why you're a light worker. And those things and your light will bring in and attract more light, than more so than negativity, because that's what you want. Okay. Last notes. Remember, tips to remember for this journey. Spilling through, I ain't gonna talk. Relationships are variables, not absolute. That means that relationships change. Some of us are not happy because I lied. I am gonna talk. Some of us are not happy because we're like, it's supposed to be a certain way on this twin flame journey. No, that's a soulmate you're looking at kind of relationship. It's going to change. You got different variables. The karmic situation. You got what they want to do, or some people call it the free will. So it's going to change. That does not mean you become upset when those things happen. Still don't let them get you off your square. Still stay happy, because I'm happy. Doesn't matter what someone else feels, but it does matter how you feel in this process of being in your state of happiness or contentment. Because why? Because you're happy. Organize your mind. Stop changing your mind. Your mind is a car. So wherever you drive your car is wherever your destination is, where you're going to end up and land in. So if you hit the GPS to go a certain spot, you're supposed to stay on the path. Now, sometimes we do find ourselves saying, ooh, traffic is bottled up. We take side streets, but we still know that where's the destination that we want to end up. We don't stay, we going to McDonald's and then say, bump McDonald's, just forget it. I'm just going to go over here to Popeyes. And that's not what we have a taste for. Stay on the road, okay? Well done. Oh, well, thank you. Is that the spirit saying that? But thank you very much. Well done. Okay, what I said there. Get out of here. Okay, and so the universe has created everything. So we don't need to go out there looking for anything. We don't have to be upset, because whatever we want is going to be attracted to us. What is possible or impossible is none of your business. Let the universe do its work. That's a lot of times that's what makes us not being happy. But remember what? We are happy because we're happy. You can't use past experiences to tell what is possible. You just can't. My dad taught me that. You can't base upon that. Don't have all the facts, can't have an opinion. That's OUT out. And some of you are, and that's why you're not happy, because you're basing upon past experiences. And then many things are created by design. So you design your life. I've seen that with Dr. Phil. I watched that, and he's like, I believe that your life is by design, and you are the designer that creates it. So whatever way you design it, you don't like the way it's coming out, you don't like that outfit. I think about Bill Cosby show with Theo, and he had that, I'm gonna wear this Cottrell shirt, and he did it, and he's like, I ain't got the money, but he made that old bootleg version of the Cottrell shirt. He didn't like it. You didn't like the results of it, go back to the drawing board, start all over again. Also, don't be afraid if you have to start over again too. And the last one, my DM taught me this this week, and I told him, I said, I'm gonna use this on my webinar. He said, great. I said, and his thing was, try to block out some things and concentrate on the positive. I know it's easier said than done. He said that to me too. He said, but especially when you're dealing with the karmic situation, that's something that we have to do in order for us to keep happy. Okay? All right. If you bear with me. Oh, I got 7 minutes left. Ooh-wee. Is that it? Okay, and yeah, I did that. All right, your assignment for next week. Let me see if I get that. I think I ran a little bit over. I think last time I asked a little bit more time. Woohoo! I'm back. All right, so I'm gonna have to pull them as it go along because I did not pull it out like I said I was. Into real quick reading. Okay, you said surrender. Hold on one sec. Okay, questions. Yes, I'm back. Yeah, and you got homework. Hold on, just bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me see what's happening on the chat. Can I see you on the chat? I wish it stay up there where I can see it at all times. But we have to surrender. What we got to change. I need you. I need you. I need you. Okay, I might pull this out on the fly. Next time I know get my behind on down here. Okay. As I sit up. And nope, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay, overall energies. No, I don't think I want that. I'll do that for the week thing. Okay. Spirit to me. Okay. Oh, karmic. Okay. Woo. Okay. Oh, Jesus. All right, here we go. So now, let's look at some main things that we have to work on. As far, I don't need the book for this one. So I guess I can tell you, if you're thinking about going to reading, you'll see me kind of go through the ones, this one. So these are the less vampires ones. I usually use this for like if I want to know about somebody's negative, clear. Negative. Yeah, I need to talk about also, negative aspects, clear. Yeah, so you hit the books, that's good. You hit the gym, and you come over here, and you get the keys. Keep energizing yourself into union. I got my thing now. Jupiter 11 got the gym, I got the keys. I crack myself up. Okay, all right, let's look and see what things. Seriously? Didn't this come out last time? Oh my God. Okay. We got to work on this. Is 2 things again. Okay. So now, it said again, last time we had to work on, and they saying still, this is collectively. I'm not going to argue with it no more. We've got to work on this, understand what's stopping us from really understanding that our happiness is love conquers all, enduring loyalty, eternal love, lasting commitment, which is true, because in some ways what's stopping us again from our happiness is just really the belief and knowing, and just like I said in the presentation, just letting go and just letting it actually, like Dad says, let it flow and let it happen. Let the universe, don't worry about how the universe is going to bring it to you. So that's an issue we have, and that's blocking us from our happiness, which is really truly in the belief and understanding that love conquers all. And then they also came up with this saying again, this one is envy, jealousy, envy, punishment, changing course. Okay, I'm gonna take the jealousy out because I like but I can understand what it's saying about changing course. That's messing with our happiness, because I talked about that in the presentation, how we one way 1 minute the driver's seat, and then we change around and we go to another, and we're not being true to what we believe in our core values because of what our parents has done, and those things that we're kind of self-punishing ourselves for not doing enough to keep ourselves to be happy and to stay in that state of happiness. So yeah, okay, I do kind of also see that, and so that's messing with us being with our happiness as well. Okay, let's look and see about what some things that some darkness. Okay, I'm going in the order that he told me. So these are the dark mirror. I don't know, someone's telling me somebody might want to be able, okay, looks like somebody might also want to be able to do this too again. So these are the dark mirrors. These are the ones I look for as far as doing shadows. Okay, so this is almost like a clear. a tutorial for readers. You want to be a reader? You're going to learn that too. That's getting the keys. So, this one here, what are some things? Oh, okay. Two things. I'm going to leave it just like that. Obsession. And what I'm picking up with this, I'm scratching my head, which is a good thing. So what I'm picking up from this is obsession with these thoughts. I think they had that in one of the slides about this being possessive and overly like almost from the ring, Lord of the Rings. My precious, these are my values. I'm not changing. My mama told me this is what it's gonna be. This is what I want to be as far as being a twin, and these are my core values, and I'm sticking by it, and this is what I'm going to be. This is also becoming very obsessive, and it's stopping you from being able to really be truly happy because you're not being able to seeing anything else. You're having also a problem for accepting other new values to come in, which is making the space for the things that really truly do belong to you to come in. Okay, so that's the issue. It's stopping you from really truly being able to see the light because she's not even if you look at the card here, she's not even focusing in on the light. Her eyes is up here, the light down here. Okay, that's one thing. And another thing that's blocking it is this me? When I look at this, it's saying to me that some of us don't want to even look and take the hardcore look at ourselves and say, guess what? It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. It is actually you that I'm talking. Yes, you. This is you here that I'm talking to. I'm talking about, like I said at the beginning, I was joking around saying, turn to your neighbor and say, I ain't talking about you, but I'm talking to your twin flame friend, or your divine union soul friend, but I ain't really talking to you. Don't turn and look at your neighbor in the lounge because then they gonna think I'm talking about you. You don't have to do that, but I'm talking about you. That's why we're here. We gotta take that look. We gotta put the sword. You got the sword there, look like I'm ready for anything go down. Yeah, what you saying? You talking about me? You talking about my mama? Okay, well, my mama told me what to do, and that's why I'm going to live by, because what she told me was right. Okay, now hold on a second. Now, wait. Those values are outdated, okay? You can't keep on going by what your mama had told you as well, because that stuff, you got to remember what was going on in those times was for those times. Those helped her to survive during that time period. We in a whole different, thank you. We're in a whole different timeline, number one. We're in a whole different influence in the things that are happening in our world that is totally different. And you already in warrior stance, but this is not helping you to understand about the things. I'm looking back here like the things you got to deal with. I know I'm being comical, but like that, you got flames behind your head. You might catch on fire. You're not even looking at all this stuff here. This look like maybe it's opening up in the light, but you so busy focusing in on you being protective of your values and things that you saying that makes you happy that really ain't making you happy, and you're not really seeing what's happening, what's going on behind you. You got to deal with this fire because it's going to consume you. This is what I'm picking up. And you got to deal with how the things are opening up and the clouds are moving behind you as well. But you're not looking at it. Your eyes is looking like they possess, or they really focusing on things that's not really good for you. Okay? So these are some of the things that we got to work on. Okay? I like that. So how do we surrender that? So this is another one. It's called, this one case you're looking at, the surrender of surrender cards. These are the ones right here I work with. So when I talk about surrendering, these are the cards I work with. Okay, so now let's see, what do we have to surrender? Clear. Whoa, okay. All right, so we need to surrender. Oh, I brought that out. Okay. Boy, is this on point. I'm just gonna read the card. I don't think. Oh yeah, let me stop lying, because I always say ain't no extra, and it has it. Surrender comparisons with other people. Didn't we talk about that? That stops you from being happy. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Okay. Surrender your desire to control people. Being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. Okay, then someone said, one of them said, kind of just go off to yourself, have that time yourself, stop up there going and say, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna run it off on the daggone treadmill. No, 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 no. It's time for you to go sit and meditate. Okay, really trying to see and get yourself get focused and see what makes you happy. Okay, surrender resentments. Okay, so holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings. Keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. Okay, I think about my DM. He said he got some advice from his mom. His mom, he's like, I wish I didn't effing listen to her. She led me down the effing wrong road and whatever. And I had to tell him, I said, okay, all right, you know, your mom did what she thought was best at that time. That's the same thing with the values that they're giving to you as well. So you got to kind of get to the point that you can't resent. They knew what they did. Guess what? Like mom says, it takes two. Both of you all, I think about, I know I'm talking about movies a lot, but that helps you to understand. I always think about the driving Miss Daisy and Hulk, and Miss Daisy got lost, and she was going off. Hulk, it was your fault because you was die. You didn't read the map right, and if you ain't have to go use the washroom and go make water, we wouldn't be lost like this. And so then Hulk was like, hold up, Miss Daisy, wait a second. You took the turn right along with me. And so she shut up after that. So that's the same thing. You know, you can't be blaming everybody because you want to say, also said, okay, I'm going to go along with this, okay? So kind of remember that we don't resent other people like you're following the values like I talked about in today's things. Those things, you can't hold those things against them because, again, it takes two. You agreed to do it too as well, okay? Next one is surrender your ego. Very good. Remember, I told you the wolf. The wolf is going to be back. The wolf is going to be working with us. So cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Okay? So again, learn how to know which one that you're feeding at all times. Know which one is this, the good one or the bad one, especially when we talk about our happiness. Now, you feed the bad one, you're going to get a temporary high, temporary happiness at the same time. Like, oh, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, but it's temporary. At what cost? You didn't go about it right. You know, you're feeding the bad ego. You know, yeah, I'm high now. I got more this or likes or whatever it is, and you know, I shut it down or whatever way you did it that you knew came from a pure space of ego. Yeah, you're happy, but it's not something that's going to be sustainable. That's an issue, okay? Also, very quickly, I didn't think I need to, I thought I did. What divinity, divine energy. This is also divine feminine and masculine reunited. Okay, these are good too as well. Okay, what is the divine energy? Clear that we should be working with collectively. Physical ailments. Oh, okay, gotcha. So if you are not dealing with this happiness like you should be, guess what? It's going to show out in your physical ailment. You talk about, oh, my back. Oh, Lord, why I'm hearing that? My back. Anyway, if you're saying about those things that are bothering you, then you got to really take a look, because even if you're not handling it, your body will tell you, I'm hurting because of certain things. Look in Google also as well. I used to say that too, that if certain body parts mean something metaphysically as well. And so you kind of got to go and think about what is it that is trying to express, your back, your this part, that. I don't profess to be that. You know, I'm like Jubilee 11:11. I ain't going to, like you say, one of those readers. I want to read, I tell you, that ain't my forte. I don't know specifically what it is. I know the chakras. I know the general things about those things, but about as far as the body parts and what they symbolize and stuff, that's not my forte. So I hand that over to Jubilee 11:11, Patricia McNeilly, or whoever it is, Twinflame Healer, or whoever it is that do know about those things. But I do not profess to know that. Yes, should I? Yeah, probably so. But I'm not into that. I'm more intuitively those things that, you know, oh, I feel it means if your kidneys is hurting and those things. But watch it. You know, that goes back to what they say about that physical things, about the Leroy, in what Dr. Wells' book stated. Make sure to kind of look into that, what that represents. Now, if we do all these things, what life changes need to occur? What's the major life change? This is another one. Butterfly, for life changes. Okay, this is one. Okay, and let's see. Clear. What's the life changes that we need to, that's gonna kind of start happening? Oh wow. So it does say that dietary changes. Okay, now this what I'm gonna say. It's gonna go, and I'll pick it up. Spirit said this is two ways. Okay, yes, it is. Physically, again, remember about that happy foods. Okay, so you know, might have to start it. We talk about happy. Some also believe that the food that you're taking in is an influence as to how you're feeling, how is that working on you spiritually as well. Okay, I got that. That's two. Okay, but also dietarily, don't get to the point that if you got to watch that. If you find yourself that you are taking things away because of it, it's like I'm trying to constrain myself, I'm trying to follow a certain way. Okay, now are you happy? Now are you happy in this diet thing? You say, oh, when I've had my juices and my smoothies, I'm like, hey, you know, I'm about that. Or I want to be happy. Doing my Mary J. Blige, want to be happy. Yeah, yeah. Hey. You could do that. You being happy. That's fine. Mary J. Be your way on and be happy. That's it. But if you sitting up there and you like, oh, I feel miserable, I still want a hamburger or whatever like that, then I don't know if that's gonna really. I don't think it's number one. I don't think you're in the right mind frame at that time, because sometimes when you do these things, you got to be in the, you got to be honest, you have to be in the right mind frame when you're doing it. It's like, I feel it intuitively, my spirit say I need to do this, and your spirit will tell you, know, like other day, a couple of days, I say all I'm doing is just veggies, I don't want no meat, I don't want no food, that's all I want. Okay, that's up to you. So that depends on what TX you on here. Hey, so my thing, it depends on how you feeling at that time. Other things is that I want to say spiritually, dietary, food for thought. Watch what you're intaking. You know, watch your ear gates, your eye gates, your what, all those hearing gates, all that stuff. That's like food for thought. It's feeding it. What we learned earlier, you're learning with the food. The food is the digesting in your mind. Before you know it, if it's the wrong thing, you take it, they gonna go get two friends. They getting two friends, and so on and so on, like that. Watch it. You know, that's what we talk about dietary. Okay, for some of you, because remember say, if they talking about me, is this me? Because I know I got to eat what I got to eat. But another way of looking at it is not also, we talk about the physical thing, but the spiritual, the soul food that you're taking in. What are you feeding into your soul? Protect yourself. Protect everything. Protect those things dietarily, how you feeding yourself as well. So that's what we say about some life changes that's got to happen. Those things has got to occur. Okay, last things I want to do, I ain't bring them out. That's too bad, too sad. Okay, so what is it overall that we're talking about is, this is from your higher self. These cards I use for your higher self. Oracle E. So what's the message from your higher self? I gotta need the book for this one. Clear. We winding down. I still brought my daggone water down, dang it. I couldn't sing my song like I wanted to. Ooh, the F word. Ooh. I forgot, y'all. It was, what was it? And somebody said, and I did not sing it. I didn't bring down the big water either. Because I'm free falling. I see you all asked me last time, you got to sing free falling. She ain't sing free falling. I said, I got to remember, I got to sing that from the last one. Okay, the F word. Nobody likes the F word, but the dude sees forgiveness through a different pair of glasses. He knows that everything is going to turn out fine in the end, and that holding on to negativity and old wounds is just postponing the inevitable. Your success is a done deal. Your bliss is going to happen. The F word is the place to start. Let it go, forgive, forget, and follow the yellow brick road. So just forget it. And this is blocking you also from your happiness. So your higher self is saying that it's something that you need to forgive. Whereas forgiving, like my DM said, my effing mom told me that effing. He cursed more than I do, way more than I do. She told me about that effing loan. I wish I didn't do that effing loan. And did it. And like, whoa. So that was blocking him from his happiness. You got to get to the point that you're releasing and letting those things go. Whether it's the DM, the DF, your mama, your cousin, your uncle, your auntie, classmate, teacher at school, whatever it is, you got to forgive them. Your higher self said you got to start there. That's blocking you from your happiness. Your messengers and your guides, I put them together. Clear. Says you need to do what? What do we need to do as well? Practice moderation, because I feel it say you can do a little bit too much to try to make yourself happy, and then you fall back into that cycle of faking it till you make it. And that's not going to work. And that's the reason why, in some ways, why these divine unisoul partnerships come, because they're teaching us that, you know, you can fake the happiness with everybody else. Because I'm happy. You got the choir about how you happy. And then as soon as the choir leaves, the spotlight off, and you walking off, and you look like, damn, back to myself again. Okay, see, this is, you got to do moderation. Don't push yourself if you're not really ready to express that you're happy. Okay, don't push it. Don't push it. Be authentic. If anything else, make sure that you're authentic about what you are doing and about your happiness. Worry is a wasted emotion. That's true. That messes with your happy. Stop worrying. Worrying is faith in the opposite. It's negative. Okay. Feel joy in all you do. Thank you. I said that. I mean, you see me pull these cards. You see me pull them straight from the box. So that way I tell you I ain't doing no magic trick where I'm putting things on the end and say, okay, now I'm going to pull this card today. I'm going to pull this card today. Pull it straight from the box. So my thing is that you can't do that. You know, so you got to feel the joy in every little thing. What I told you earlier, everything. Start with gratitude. Start for thanking. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you that I only have how many, whatever view. Whatever it is, it's going to go and fruitful and be multiplied. And they could go be light workers and be a light into the world. And from that point on, it will be greatness. Okay, experience. Then the universe. Last one. Didn't mean to go this long. Clear. Universe. Ooh, I got ascension. I can feel it because I'm hot as who know what. I know the air is on. And the universe wants to say to you, I see one card right here. When I lean on faith of the universe, peace becomes real. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feels live below the triggers. Wait a second. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the surface. I don't know, below the triggers. Oh, wow. I might be having problems because it's something like that. So you got to listen. Okay, so that's like, even if somebody sends something to trigger you, remember that even below all of that is still something that's giving way to who you are divinely as well. So again, true healers is when you go ahead and deal with it. Like I said, back to this card again, said, is this really me? Yeah, I'm talking about you. Get real with it, okay? So that's what that is. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Get true with it. What is wrong with me? Why am I not truly happy? Why am I faking it and got the choir behind it? And then when the choir leaves, I go down and I'm back to myself like I'm depressed. I'm that concealed depression again. Okay. And then lastly, I wanted, where's my other? I didn't bring him out. I could have sworn I did. I didn't. I want to hear from the inner child, because I said last time, here we go, whisper love, I put on this one. Now, the inner child, because remember I told you last time they say in readings we forget the inner child. So I want to see what the inner child's saying to us about being happy. Last one. Clear? Receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. I told you, a lot of times, us as twins, we give, but we don't receive. I just said that. You see me pull this straight out the box. Where's the box top? This is where I got it from. This was a love, okay? Got boxes everywhere. This is not me, but anyway. But I'm happy. Okay. And so then also, ask for help. This is from your inner child saying this to you. Ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. So that means if you got to look to others, ask, talk to somebody in the twin flame community, talk to that good friend, talk to your mom or whatever. That's what I did. I forgot to say about the inner child. I went to go interview my mom and ask her about a lot of stuff. Found some good stuff about some things that I had a real distorted view about what had happened with my childhood, and found out that was not true at all. Not true at all. Okay, so that was really good. So if your parents are alive, that's another way of some kind of way to help you heal some of the inner things. If they're willing to say, I just really want to talk to you, that'll help you too. I forgot to add that. It just came to me because I came rushing down. Okay, that is the end of the thing. Thank you for hanging in here with me. I know it's like, ooh, 22. Hey. Mastery. Y'all 22 people is here. Y'all going to have mastery. You stayed with me to the bitter end. I mean, you're serious about getting the keys. Keep energizing yourself to union. So you're serious about getting into union. So I thank you so very much. Thank you very much to Jupiter 1111 for being my moderator. She always got my back and I got hers. Thank you for all my regulars. TX, oh my God, I feel like a person. It's a celebrity in the house. Oh my God, TX is here. Woohoo! Everybody's celebrity. Let me stop that. But that one there, that TX there, she know me and her there. Yeah, Yoshi in the house. Yay! All right, thank you so very much. Thank you, Susan, for being with me on this journey. I love you too. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you so very much for being on this journey with me. Because like I said, I'm learning. I go back and I look at it as if I'm not the person who had given it. I really, truly let my higher self drop down into me and become. So at the end, I come back and like, okay, I said that. Unbelievable. So thank you. Have a wonderful, much love to you too. Yes, 1992. Thanks, Lori. Hey, Lori, you came back again. Goody. Hey, Divine Coco. Hey, Coco Love. All right now. So thank you so very much for being along with me on this journey. Thank you for me giving you my vulnerability of just giving me to you all. And you all are accepting and receiving those things. And like I said, together, remember, you're not those of you all that know that sometimes you do experience depression. On this thing, know that you're not by yourself. You got this lovely community of others that's here, readers as well. We're here to support you on this because you remember we kind of feed off each other, and let's make sure that we continue to enlighten, to uphold each other as we go on this journey. All right then, until next time, stay uplifted, stay elevated, and stay what? Ascended. Namaste, Namago. Love you. All right, much gratitude to you too. I'm like a person, like I'm still on stage. I'm like, y'all gonna leave the auditorium, the classroom. All right, cheers. Okay, yes, cheers to everybody. Yes, that's right. Okay, all right then, much love.